What's up, everybody? Doug here again with another solo episode. Leo is he's gonna need another week or two off for personal reasons. So yeah, I've got some stuff to talk about. I've got a review, and I've got to take a AAA publisher to task. And before we get into all that, I just wanted to go ahead and say that I had a solo episode up last week that I was really proud of. It was me talking about live service gaming and basically why it's so special to me and my journey through it. It starts out with it kind of starts off with Destiny 1, but it really kicks off with World of Warcraft, and I talk about my journey through that and, getting into Final Fantasy 14 and other live service games. It's one of the longer solo episodes. I think it's like 40 to 50 minutes long. But I would really appreciate it if you went and listened to it, because I was really proud of it, and I think it's one of the best solo episodes I've ever done. And, also, I've got shows. I really should be more prepared for this. I know for sure August 2nd and 3rd, whatever that first, Friday and Saturday is in August, I'm playing there, those 2 days on, the El Bar and La Berge. And then also, let me look at the calendar here. I know it's the 20th and the 21st. I've got shows at La Berge. So, 2 different shows that you can come catch me at. And then also, I'm not sure about this one, but I have a show at Low Tides in Bridge City. I'm going to look for the specifics of that. Also, August 9th, if you just want to take a little journey, you can come to Carthage, Texas. I'm going to be playing at the Civic Center and the John T. Ritter Tribute Showcase. I've only heard one other person audition, and if he made it, which I'm sure he did, it's going to be a great show. But kicking off into it, I'm going to start off with a review for a game called Spilled. Now, this is just a demo, and I don't want to mispronounce her name. I think her name is spelled Lente, and I would, my gut reaction is Lent, maybe it's Lente, but I'm really sorry if I mispronounced her name. But she has a very cool story. Basically, she quit her job and she lives on a boat, and she's developing a game from her boat. And it's just a really awesome story. Be sure to go check her out on Twitter. What I'm probably going to do is I'll put a link to her social media in the show notes, so you can go check her out there. But yeah, so Spilled, the best way that I can describe it for our listeners of the show is we did an episode of the podcast where we reviewed a game called Clean the Sea. And this Spilled is basically if you took Clean the Sea and you put a whole lot more heart and care into it. And that's not a dig against Clean the Sea. It's a great game. But it feels like a mobile game. And this feels more of an experience where you've got a boat and you're cleaning up oil spills in the ocean and cleaning up trash. And as you go, you have a certain amount of tank capacity for the oil and a certain, amount of, what's the word I'm looking for here? You have a tool that picks, you can use to push in trash to the collection zone. And as when your tank fills up with oil, you pull in and you deposit the oil that you've collected and you get money. And as you get more money, you can increase the speed of your boat, you can increase the speed, the size of your oil tank, and you can increase dang it, I am just blanking on words today. You increase the amount of trash you can collect at once. And as you clean up the oil, not only does the water in the area you're in start to clear up, but you can also see more ocean life underwater. And then once you clean up enough spots in one area, you unlock the next area you can go in. And the gameplay never really gets deeper than that, but it doesn't need to. Sure, you get, new things where you can use a water cannon to put out fires on land, and also clean up oil spills that are on rocks on the side of the water. But this is a very I wouldn't even say. I mean, you can put it into the cozy genre, but I mean, really, it's cathartic, is what it is. You know, because you're just slowly going through these areas, you're cleaning up these messes, and it's just a good time. Uh, as far as I know, I don't think this game has any kind of release date yet, but you can go wishlist it now on Steam. It's a fantastic experience if you're looking for something that you just want to sit on the couch and you just relax and play something. I played this on my ROG Ally, and I also tried it on the on my gaming PC. Ran great on both. I can't recommend this enough if you're in the genre. So yeah, that is Spilled. Next up on the agenda, I've got to take SquarEnix to task. Alright. So, I have played 2 remastered collections that they have put out. Okay? The first is the Kingdom Hearts collection, that is now on Steam, and the second is the remastered collections of Final Fantasy X and X-2. The issue that I'm having here is that these games have no business being this absolutely broken in 2024. I've been wanting to play the Kingdom Hearts series. It was just never readily available on a platform that I wanted to play it on. And I finally got the opportunity. I finally got the chance to buy the Kingdom Hearts collection on Steam. I also bought Final Fantasy X and X-2. We're going to tackle these separately, okay? I booted into the Kingdom Hearts collection. I loaded up 1. Immediately, I saw that the performance was not what it should be, okay? So I went to look for, okay, where's the settings? Well, guess what? You can't get to the settings until you exit out of the game and basically, you have to, the menu where you do the launching front, like you pick what game, you have to go to that to do your settings, which is, it's 2024. We don't need that anymore. We need I pause the game and I can adjust the settings from there. And to the game's credit, well, no, I don't think it ever gives me the option to change the settings. I don't think it ever does. Also, it's 2024. We should be able to save from anywhere. This thing where, we've got a save sphere. No, just let me pause and hit save. That's beside the point. The fact that this game does not run perfectly on the ROG Ally is unacceptable, because I can go and download, allegedly, a PS2 emulator and these games, and it will run completely fine. And honestly, I'm within my legal right to do that now, because I own them. I own these games. So, I mean, that's probably what not even to get to the fact where when I got to the point where I wanted to save the game just crashed. And that happened multiple times. I went through the first area multiple times, got to the save area, it crashed. And then moving forward to Final Fantasy X and X-2, it's the same thing, where it's got an archaic launcher. Like, you remember, like the older Bethesda games, like, Oblivion and Fallout 3, when you'd launch into them, and you would have your settings there? It had that. So, I would get to that part, and I would pick Final Fantasy X. The game started in Japanese. In what world does that make sense? I bought this on the American Steam page. It's just baffling that this is something that we're having to go on with in this day and age. And then, not only that, the graphical settings are still locked in to the launcher menu. So if you get into the game, you don't like something, I had to back out to change the settings. Going even further into that, when I finally got into the game, I popped in my AirPods. As some of you guys know, I do most of my gaming at nighttime after Emily goes to sleep. And I couldn't even play the game, because once you plug in your AirPods or any kind of earbuds, etc., the game just refuses to work past that point. What I mean by that is, once you start playing with earbuds, the game's audio shuts off, and you're not going to hear anything. So, unless you're planning to play this game with your default sound setting, whether it be speakers or something of the ilk, just know that you're not playing this game with earbuds, which is absolutely ridiculous. And Again, I own these games now. I own them. Legally, I'm gonna have to download an emulator to play them because Square Enix, which is a AAA company, cannot be bothered to make functional remasters of these games that work well, and it's absolutely inexcusable. Now, when it comes to Final Fantasy X and X-2 and Kingdom Hearts, these games are Steam Deck verified. So I have to assume they might work better on Linux. But I mean, why? Why do we have to resort to emulators to play these games? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's inexcusable. And, rant over. I'm done ranting. Because I actually do have some stuff that I'm pretty excited about. I've been going back and forth with this issue. Basically, I want Steam, the convenience of the Steam Deck with the flexibility of the ROG Ally. So I've done a few test runs, and I'm gonna really put, the rubber meets the road. And tomorrow I'm gonna dual boot my RG Ally with Steam OS and Windows, and I'm just gonna give it a shot. And I'm combining this with something called the Play Night launcher, which is, if you've never heard of Play Night, it's basically, it takes all of your launchers and puts all of your games in one space. So even allegedly emulated games, like the games I'm gonna have to emulate because Square Enix won't release functional PC ports. So yeah, it gives you all your games are put in this nice little package. And if for some reason it doesn't have any data for the games or library art, excuse me, you can, so sorry. You can push a button and it will download the art for you. So it's got all these neat little things wrapped up in one package. It's just fantastic. So yeah, I'm doing Play Night, I'm doing a dual boot, and the last thing I want to talk about today is soon, I don't know when, it's a random system I'm doing here, but I have downloaded a lot of games that we reviewed in early access that have since received updates. Off the top of my head, Alaskan Road Truckers, Wizardom, Roots of Pacha, The Bloodline, games of that ilk that we reviewed in early access, a few months ago, maybe a little bit longer. They are going to get put back into the rotation, and I'm going to see how they stack up, how they've improved. I might be doing, another go on Enshrouded, because I played a lot of that game, and then I kind of fell off of it, but, with SteamOS coming back into my rotation, if it works, if I can get it to run functionally, gaming like that's going to make a resurgence for me, because right now, I'm in this phase of, I want to play this game, but I also understand that Windows has a trash sleep function, so it just depends on how, I have to, when I'm done playing a game, I can't just put it in sleep mode. I have to find a save point and quit it out from there. And that's frustrating, because I don't want to do that. So, all this to say, tomorrow I'm gonna do a trial run of this, and then I'm gonna also record another episode tomorrow. So you'll know, you'll know by if it works out, because that'll be the week after's podcast episode, is me talking about my experience of dual booting Windows and SteamOS. And I think that's all I've got for today, guys. Be sure to go over to our WordPress page, check out our YouTube channel where all of our episodes are uploaded there as well now, thanks to the RSS feed feature. Do I have anything else? I think that's everything, guys. I will see you next time.